Hello everyone and welcome back to another Survivor Simulator video. If you didn't catch the first one of these I did it as part of the 12 Days of Deltarune, which was my sort of lead up to the new Deltarune chapters dropping. And people seem to really like it. I don't know if that was just because it was Deltarune and, you know, my audience has a lot of Deltarune in it right now, but it's kind of like the Hunger Games Simulator videos I used to do, except way more in depth. Like the characters have relationships they can build up and break with each other, which, of course, immediately brings to mind Homestuck. I was going to do Danganronpa first, but I figure I'll do it after, partially because a lot of Danganronpa characters have a relationship with, like, one character, right? One or two, maybe. And other than, like, the protagonists and the rivals and stuff. The fun thing about Homestuck is there's a lot of very strong feelings in these groups of people. So I'm not going to go over every single relationship right now. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to set the scene for you a bit so you're not surprised by anything. So, some predictions, let's say. As you can see, I've split this into two tribes. This is blood versus water again, and I did that because, interestingly, with Homestuck, we have this idea of like a patron troll, which is one of the trolls seems to be like way invested in one of the kids from Earth. So that's the connections. We probably won't do blood versus water every time, all right? It'll get boring after a while. But I do think I wanted to actually utilize the mechanic now that I know what it is. So the pairs are, you can see it on screen right now, like John and Vriska, Rose and Kanaya, Dave and Terezi, Jade and Karkat, Jane and Gamzee. This one, okay, really after the first four Earth kids, it gets a little messy, but I feel like that makes the most sense to me. Gamzee always shows up in Jane's storyline for some reason, so sure. Roxy and Calliope, now you could technically say she was a patron troll for a while. Kind of makes sense. But that's just the one that makes the most sense. And then, of course, that goes for Dirk and Caliborn as well. Caliborn isn't really a troll, but plays a similar role that, say, like Karkat did when talking to Jade, right? And then Arania and Jake feels like a thing. It'll be interesting because it's one of these lopsided relationships that I think might influence the game a lot. Jack and the mayor. Okay, so I had some extra spaces to fill after the kids. So I was like, okay, we got the mayor, and I want to have Mina because I like Mina as a character. And if I'm going to have Arania, I better have Mina. So the mayor and Jack Noir are together as a pair. I doubt that'll ever actually do anything, but it is kind of funny. And then the Condessa and Mina are a pair, which, okay, that makes sense to me. So some of the lopsided relationships and some of the other relationships I think will affect the game. The four beta kids all have an unbreakable bond with each other. So I imagine they're going to be a major alliance, which makes sense to me. It should be the way it is. Whereas the alpha kids are much more splintered. They have more non-mutual relationships, and really the only strong relationship is with Jane and Roxy, which, again, makes sense to me. The trolls are a little bit splintered as well. Obviously, Kanaya has an unbreakable bond with Rose. And Terezi and Dave have a strong bond, whereas Karkat and Jade have a slight bond. That was my best way to put, like, yes, they hate each other, but it's still, like, you know, it's a troll relationship, not a human relationship. So it either goes positive bond or negative bond. So I just gave them a slight positive bond. That feels fair. Everybody hates Caliborn, except for Dirk, who only strongly dislikes him. Because Caliborn also hates literally everybody, except Dirk, who he finds slightly funny, so instead of extreme hatred, it's a slight bond. I had to make it, I couldn't make it so literally everybody hated him, otherwise he'd just, you know, it'd be worthless. Right, okay. So we've got a funny little triangle here with Jake, Arania, and Mina, where Arania has an unbreakable bond with Mina, but Mina only has a slight bond with Jake. And Arania also has an unbreakable bond with Jake, whereas Jake only has like Jake I think is like a slight bond with Arania, and the point of that is that Arania is going to trust Mina, which makes sense, and the hope is that Arania will try to manipulate Jake if they both make it to the merge. We'll see. That might not even happen, but hey. Also, Jack Noir, his little twist is that he and Jade have a slight bond based on Beck Noir, even though that's not what the picture is. And then I think literally everyone hates the Candace. I think. So yeah, I didn't want to have like 3 characters everybody hates, you know? Because it can be fun to have those villains, right? A lot of people hate Gamzee except for Karkat, I think. Oh yeah, and Caliborn. Caliborn and Gamzee have a strong bond. So yeah, it's pretty well balanced, I think. So good job. We did well. Let's just begin. Okay, sorry for that abrupt cut, perhaps. I forgot to change a few settings. Specifically, I wanted to get rid of the quits and med evacs after last time because it's just kind of boring. And I wanted to put on reasoning and targets. I need to put on relationship highlights, and yeah, that's all. Okay, now we can begin. The twist. Each tribe has to immediately vote out one member of their own, which last time I did this, I'll just spoil you, it was the Candace and Caliborn, which makes sense, everybody hates them. We'll see if that's again. Candace, Jake. Okay, Jane has a mild, like a medium dislike for Jake. But that's kind of surprising considering she extremely hates the Candace. John voted for the Candace. Jade. Okay. The mayor votes for Rose. What the hell? Okay, well, Candace got voted out. That works. Let's see if it's the exact same. Caliborn votes for Kanaya. Gamzee votes for Mina. That's random. Jack voted for Calliope. But yeah, it's all Caliborns. Okay. So they're going to Redemption Island, which is very fitting, I would say. I'm glad that we got this again, because it means they're going to have to fight their way back into the game. Like, into the universe, perhaps. So yeah, I called Redemption Island Dream Bubble. It's just, you know, it's fair. And of course, these guys aren't going to swap because they hate their partners here. All right. Relationship highlights. Let's take a look. Oh, this is like all the stuff that's already there, I think. Oh no, Mayor and Dave upgraded from a strong, like Dave had a strong bond with Mr. Mayor, and now it's unbreakable, and it's mutual as well. It wasn't mutual before. Rose and John, that's the same, that's the same, that's the same. Roxy and Jake have an unbreakable bond. Wow, okay, that's new. It was like, they had a medium bond. I think Roxy had a medium bond with everybody in the Alpha Kid session. Just felt right. That's regular. That's fine. You can kind of see what's going on here. Jake and Dirk. Wow, Jake and Dirk upgraded too. They were only at like a small bond, I think. Because, you know, things don't work out too well for them. Rose and Jade, yes. And then John and Jade, yes. Okay. Right, we gotta look at the troll bonds, too. Okay, Mina and Arania have already upgraded to a mutual strong bond. Very interesting. And Vriska and Kanaya have immediately downgraded to a mutual strong dislike. They were, I think, Vriska was neutral with Kanaya, and Kanaya was strong dislike, so apparently Kanaya said something that now Vriska feels the exact same. Karkat, Kanaya, medium bond. Terezi and Karkat, medium bond. Vriska and Arania, small bond. Yep, that's all what I already put in. Vriska and Mina, small bond. Gamzee, Karkat, small bond. Mina, Vriska, small bond. Actually, I think Vriska's went down. I think Vriska's was a higher bond with Mina. Now it's like the same as Mina and Vriska, or Mina's feelings for Vriska. Vriska and Karkat have a mutual medium dislike. Okay, that's spontaneous. I don't think it was even anything. Maybe a slight dislike, but yeah, so that's funny. Instantly, Vriska and Karkat hate each other. Okay, the Earth Kids won, plus the mayor. It's kind of funny how that worked out. That means somebody from Alternia will be voted out. John and Rose have a major fight. Uh-oh. Jane and Roxy have a major fight. Jake and John bond strongly. Uh-oh. This is a very funny alliance. Dave, Rose, and the mayor form an alliance. Whereas Jake... Oh no, I thought this was saying Jake formed his own alliance with just him in it. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. No, he's doing the Birdly thing from last time where he's overworking himself at camp. Alright, Arania has a meltdown, and Vriska's impressing the team. Huh, interesting. Alternian Alliance 1. It's Kanaya, Karkat, and Gamzee. This is funny, considering Kanaya extremely despises Gamzee. So I'm sure this will go well. Calliope's targeting Gamzee for being a liability. Arania's targeting Calliope for the same reason. Kanaya's targeting Vriska for the same reason. Karkat's targeting Arania because she's weak. Damn. So the first alliance is going to target Vriska. I guess that makes sense. Because Karkat and Kanaya both hate Vriska. Let's see what happens. God, if our Redemption Island is the Candace, Caliborn, and Vriska, that's going to be a little crazy. Time to vote. Calliope. Vriska. Calliope. Vriska. Calliope. Vriska. Whoa, this is way closer than I thought. Calliope. Vriska. One vote left. I kind of spoiled it. It's Vriska. Damn. I really got to see who voted for Calliope. Arania. Mina, Terezi, and Vriska herself. I guess that makes sense. All right. Well, this is going to be a crazy Redemption Island, I'll tell you that much. All right. This is what's going on right now. John and Dave have a mutual unbreakable bond, except Dave didn't invite John into his alliance. I mean, it's Dave's alliance, right? Because Dave has the unbreakable bond with the mayor and Rose. Like, what the heck? Jake English feels extreme hatred toward Jane Crocker. What happened? I guess she had a falling out with... Was it Jake? I can't remember now. I mean, it kind of makes sense that Jane doesn't like Jake, but you know. Okay, Roxy and John's relationship is upgraded to unbreakable. It was at strong, I think. All the other unbreakables, that just makes sense. Roxy and Dirk have upgraded to unbreakable as well. Wow, okay. Alternia. Terezi finds the hidden immunity idol. Okay. That's impressive. I guess she was just licking the ground this whole time. That's kind of crazy. Or maybe she foresaw it with seer powers. I'm not sure exactly which point in the timeline we're at right now, but Alliance 1 is still holding on. I kind of thought it might have already broken, but you know what? It's still going. I think this is all the same. Actually, no. Karkat and Arania suddenly dislike each other. Not sure where that comes from. Terezi and Jack Noir have a medium dislike now too, which is interesting. Wait, Terezi and Gamzee's relationship is turned around. Gamzee had a slight bond with Terezi, and Terezi had extreme hatred for Gamzee. So that's interesting, which direction it ended up going. Probably not good for Terezi. Terezi's like psychology, let's say, but you know, it might help her in the game, I guess, because Gamzee's in that alliance. Karkat and Calliope are getting on each other's nerves. Interesting. And Kanaya and Gamzee... Okay, it's only a slight dislike. It used to be extreme hatred. This is interesting. Vriska arrives on Dream Bubble. Dirk can swap places, doesn't. Mina can swap places, doesn't. John can swap places, does not. Okay. So they have to fight... the first two people to stack all 10 spools wins. So, Candace finishes first, Vriska second. Caliborn is eliminated. Very funny. Caliborn is the first one out. For finishing first, the Candace can give a hidden immunity idol clue to anyone and chooses to give it to the mayor. That's funny. Alright. Another challenge, another win for Earth. Turnia is heading back to the voting booth. John and the mayor have a major fight. What the heck's going on? Okay, but John got Whoa, no, it completely changed. This is a different alliance whatsoever. I thought John got added to the Rose and Mayer alliance, but no. For some reason, instead of it being the 4 beta kids, it is 3 of them and Roxy. Jade gets kicked out for some reason. Arania and Jack have a small fight. Okay. Gamzee leaves the alliance. Okay, it did shatter. Not in the way I thought, but maybe Kanaya, threatened him or something. Ooh, Alternia Alliance 2 forms, and it's Arania and Mina. Very interesting. Mina's targeting Kanaya for being a liability. Terezi's targeting Calliope for being a liability. And Kanaya's targeting Terezi for being a liability. Wow. So Kanaya and Karkat are targeting Calliope. And Arania and Mina are targeting Calliope. So, not looking that great for Calliope. Time to vote. Calliope, Kanaya. Calliope, Kanaya. Calliope, Calliope. Calliope's out. Yep. Dang, Calliope just missed her chance to fight Caliborn in the Dream Bubbles. Calliope voted for Kanaya. Gamzee voted for Kanaya. Makes sense. So I got kicked out of that alliance. And that's it. Okay. Alternia not doing too well. Kind of makes sense, though. I mean... And no, because they made it all the way to the end of their session. They're strong. They got teamwork. Not as strong as the humans, though. Other than, of course, the Alpha Kids being a little bit shoddy, but hey. Dave is maximum loyalty with the Rose, the Mayor alliance, which is hilarious. Whereas the Rose, Roxy, John, Dave alliance, he's only at 7. Rose and John are more loyal to this second one. Roxy and Rose, unbreakable. Yeah, I'm just going to skip past all the kids and John and the Mayor, unbreakable relationship. Jane and Jake still hate each other. And yeah, that's basically it. That's, nothing's really changed. They haven't been tested yet, they haven't lost a challenge. These two alliances are sticking together. Unsurprisingly, Karkat and Kanaya are slightly more loyal than Arania and Mina, but hey. Yeah, Karkat and Kanaya have a strong bond. Mina and Arania have a strong bond. Neither of these are unbreakable, interestingly. So technically they should be weaker than the kids on Earth. Karkat and Arania have a mutual medium dislike. Interesting. Terezi and Karkat and Gamzee, Jack Noir and Arania have a mutual medium dislike. Terezi and Jack Noir have a mutual medium dislike. Okay. Terezi and Gamzee have a small bond. Mina and Jack Noir have a small bond. Whoa, that's new. Wonder how that happened. Alright, Dream Bubble, we're back. Roxy can swap places with Calliope, but does not. Mina can swap places with the Candace and does not. John can swap places with Vriska, but does not. We'll see if this ever actually comes into effect. Technically it should, but hey. Domino effect, first one to get a bag on top of 10 crates wins. And it looks like Calliope got first, and Vriska got second, so goodbye to the Candace. Defeated her in beanbag throwing, and that's how she loses. Calliope can give a clue to the hidden immunity idol to anyone. Chooses to give it to Jane, not Roxy. Very interesting. Attorney wins. Oh, no. I forgot. This one doesn't have any description. Alternia just won immunity, which means the Earthlings are going to the vote. Jake and Jane have another major fight. Jeez. I guess cramming these two in a room for extended periods is not a good thing. Roxy has a meltdown, and Dave and Rose bond slightly. How can you bond slightly when you already have an unbreakable bond? Whatever. I guess they just spent time together. Earth Alliance 3! Jesus, this one's crazy. With Roxy, Jake, and Dirk. This is... Okay. Jake's targeting Jane for being a liability. Yeah, I'm sure that's why. John's targeting the Mayor for being a liability. Okay, that I can kind of understand, but still. Isn't the Mayor... Well, I guess the Mayor's not in John's alliance. Jane's targeting Jake because they hate each other. The Mayor's targeting John because the Mayor doesn't like John. Oh. Jade is targeting Roxy for being a liability. And Rose is targeting Dirk for being a liability. I feel like Dirk, I mean, he extremely impressed everybody in the first challenge. I feel like Dirk is why you've been winning. But you didn't win this one, so I guess maybe Dirk did something stupid and lost them the game. Alliance 1's targeting Jane. Alliance 2 targeting Jane. Not looking good for Jane. Alliance 3's targeting Jane. Okay. Final target's Jane and Jade, I guess? Alright. Trolls. Gamzee and Kanaya bond strongly. Whoa! Complete reversal of fates there. And Mina and Terezi bond strongly. Weird. Okay. Another alliance. We're just going to have infinite alliances. Arania, Gamzee, Mina, and Terezi. Not super loyal, but hey, it's there. Mina and Arania have their own separate alliance, right? So this is kind of funny. Karkat is lazy, I guess, and restores his energy. Good for him. Alright, the vote for Earth. Jade. Jane. 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 Yeah, okay. 1 vote Jade. 8 votes Jane. I wonder who casted that vote for Jade. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Unfortunately for Jane, Jake somehow wormed his way into multiple alliances instead of her. Okay, wow, this is already pretty interesting. Jade finds the hidden immunity idol. Alright, that's interesting. I like that. Alliance 1, still holding strong. Alliance 2, slightly less strong, to be honest. And Alliance 3 is still holding strong. Yeah, Unbreakable, Unbreakable, Unbreakable. Jake and Dirk have an unbreakable relationship. Yep, Unbreakable, Unbreakable. Unbreakable. Dirk and Dave have a strong bond. Good for them. The Mayor and Egbert have mutual strong dislike. What happened? I think maybe they had an argument. I can't remember. And then Rose has a strong bond with John. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. The Kanaya Karkat Alliance is doing okay. And surprisingly, the Arania and Mina Alliance is doing a little better. And then the Arania, Gamzee, Mina, and Terezi Alliance is a little bit questionable. Let's name these alliances. I did this last time, just so you know which one it is. So the Kanaya and Karkat Alliance, this feels like the Karkat Alliance. I know Kanaya is on the left, so you might be tempted to say she's first, but I feel like Karkat's probably the one who initiated this. Whereas the Arania and Mina Alliance is definitely the Arania Alliance. And then I guess Alliance 3... Well, maybe... Okay, maybe the Arania and Mina Alliance is the Mina Alliance. And then Alliance 3 is the Arania Alliance, which includes Gamzee, Mina, and Terezi. Okay. Hopefully we can keep that all, remembered. Yep. Lots of people with strong bonds. Lots of people. I don't see much change in any direction. So, okay. Jane Crocker arrives on Dream Bubble. Calliope, Jane, and Vriska. What a thing. Roxy can swap, does not. Gamzee can swap, obviously doesn't. John can swap, does not. Okay. They have to advance in a competition. Calliope gets first, Jane gets second, Vriska's out! No! Oh, man. I mean, it does make sense. Obviously, in a game like this, she would get on people's nerves, but I was really hoping she'd come back as the Redemption Island pick, because that would be the most, it'd be the most fitting for Homestuck if she came back, but it'd also be the most interesting just in terms of reality TV or whatever, right? Calliope gives a hidden immunity clue to Roxy, who can't find it, because I think Jade already has it. Okay, Sumo at Sea. What a fun challenge. Alternia wins. So Earth's going back to the block here. Jake and Rose bond strongly. Whoa, okay. Who is this Jake? This is not the Jake I know. Dave and Rose have a major fight. Oh, no. Earth Alliance 4? Jake, stop making alliances. Okay, Jake's new alliance. It has Dirk, himself, and John. Cool. John's targeting the mayor's targeting John. That's unsurprising. Rose is targeting Dirk. Oh, maybe that's what they had a fight about. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Roxy's targeting Jade. Okay. Dave's targeting Jake. Jake's targeting Dave. Oh, this is very... This can go one of two ways. It's either... it's kind of like a Rose versus Jake situation, which is funny because they just bonded strongly. But, like, Rose is pushing for Dirk to go out, and Jake is pushing for Dave to go out. So you gotta pick a side. The Dave-Rose-Mayor Alliance is targeting Jake. The Dave, John, Rose, and Roxy Alliance is targeting Jade. So wait, who are they targeting? I guess we'll have to figure out where the alliances actually lie. And then the Dirk, Jake, and Roxy Alliance is targeting Jade. Meanwhile, the Dirk, Jake, and John Alliance are targeting the Mayor. John must really hate the Mayor. To convince this entire alliance to vote for the Mayor. This is like a huge toss-up. Okay, let's try to name these alliances. I think I'm going to name the Mayor, Dave, and Rose Alliance the Dave Alliance. That makes sense to me. Whereas the second one that includes Roxy and John feels like the Rose Alliance. Feels like she initiated this one. And then we have two Jake alliances, and they're both Jake alliances. It's like he definitely brought these people together on both sides. But I guess we'll just say there's the Alpha Alliance, which, you know, sounds a little bit more intimidating than it maybe is. Because it's all Alpha kids. And then we have the Jake Alliance, which is with Dirk and John. Okay. Kamzy and Mina find something in common. They both love killing people. While Jack Noir works hard at camp and becomes tired. Alright. Alright. The spooky vote. Let's see what happens. Anyone has a hidden mini idol they want to play, now's the time to do so. Jade plays it. I don't know if that was smart, Jade, but okay. First vote, Jade. Well, maybe I was wrong. The Mayor. The Mayor. Jake. The Mayor. Jake. Jake. The Mayor is voted out. John swayed it. Okay, I gotta see who people voted for. Dave voted for Jake. Interesting. Dirk voted for the Mayor. Jade voted for the Mayor. Jake voted for the Mayor. John voted for the Mayor. Rose voted for Jake. Roxy for Jade. Okay. And the Mayor voted for Jake. Very interesting. So yes, Jade did definitely waste her hidden immunity idol on having one vote. But hey, maybe she'll just find the next one too. Who's Dave on the side of then? I feel like he's more on the side of Rose than Dirk, despite the fact that he and Rose had an argument. Because he voted along her lines, which is interesting. Honestly, it makes a lot of sense to me, but hey. Alright, let's see what happens. What happened? Oh, the Mayor's gone, right. I was like, why is the Mayor grayed out? Because he's not here anymore. So the Dave Alliance is really just him and Rose. The Rose Alliance, it's looking a little shaky, to be honest. The Alpha Alliance is fine, and the Jake Alliance is kind of fine. John seems to be slightly disillusioned, even though he got exactly what he just wanted. Jade and Dave have an unbreakable relationship, right? I gotta see if there's any changes, is what I'm looking for. Dirk and Dave have an unbreakable relationship. I think that's new. I think it was just like a big bond before. Roxy and Jake have an unbreakable relationship. I think that's new too. Rose and Jake have mutual strong bond. I guess maybe because Roxy likes him, Rose has decided he's okay too. And Jake and Dave have a mutual strong dislike. Very interesting. Alright. The Karkat Alliance, holding very strong. The Mina Alliance is pretty good. And then the Arania Alliance, much like the Rose Alliance, kind of funny because they're both... Are they both seers? I can't remember what Arania is. Anyway, they have very similar personalities. So it's funny they would both lead these big alliances with shaky loyalties. Any change? Terezi and Mina have a mutual unbreakable relationship. I think that's new. I don't remember that. Mina and Arania have a strong bond. Karkat and Arania have mutual dislike. Karkat and Terezi are growing to a medium bond now. Interesting. Terezi has discovered a medium dislike for Jack Noir. Terezi and Gamzee have a small bond. Is that a downgrade or is that the same? I can't remember. Mina and Gamzee have a small bond. That's new. Mina and Jack have a small bond. Okay. And Jack has a medium dislike of Arania. The mayor arrives on Dream Bubble. Rossi can swap places, doesn't. Gamzee can swap places, doesn't. Jack can swap places, doesn't. So, I don't know. I tried. I don't know why these people aren't swapping. Odd-shaped bottoms. First two players to complete are safe. Calliope wins. Jane wins. The mayor's voted out. I mean, yeah, okay. That I understand. Calliope can gives a clue to anybody to the hidden immunity idol. Instead, she throws it in the fire. Rude. All right, another challenge. Another win for Alternia. They're going on a bit of a run here. So Earth's going back to the voting stand. Dirk and John find something in common. Interesting. It has a lasting impact. Dirk and Jake find something in common. It has a lasting impact. Don't you guys already like have an unbreakable? Anyway. Dirk's targeting Rose. Rose is targeting Dirk. Okay, what I was picking up on before is now playing out. The sort of Rose versus Dirk relationship here. Dave and John have to pick who they're siding with. Dave's targeting Jake. I mean, I feel like Jake going out, well, maybe it wouldn't be that popular. I don't know. Jade's targeting Roxy. Why do these two hate each other so much? Be friends! Jake is targeting Dave? Okay, Jake hates Dave. That could be a big determining factor in which one between Rose and Dirk wins. And then Roxy's also targeting Jade. So the Dave Alliance is targeting Dirk. Wow, okay, so Dave is loyal to Rose's plans. And yet, for some reason, Rose's Alliance is targeting Jade, apparently. Although I think Dave and Rose are actually going to vote Dirk. So maybe they're just, you know, not telling Roxy and John that, because Roxy and Dirk have an unbreakable relationship. I don't know about John, though. The Alpha Alliance is targeting Jade, which makes sense. And then the Jake Alliance are also targeting Jade. Okay, this is really weird, because a part of me is like, ooh, this is looking bad for Jade. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, there's not a lot of people who'd, like, you know, be too upset with voting out Dirk, I think. Terezi has the hidden immunity idol. Yep. Kanai has a meltdown, and so does Terezi. I don't know what's going on. Arania leaves her own alliance. What am I supposed to call it now? Well, it's Gamzee, Mina, and Terezi. I have no idea what to call that. The Freaks Alliance. Terezi jumps into the Kanaya Karkat Alliance. Okay, that makes a lot more sense to me, but hey. So, I guess maybe Terezi's taking the lead now, and I can call this Gamzee, Mina Alliance the Terezi Alliance. Whereas, she's joined the Karkat Alliance too. Wow, okay. It's Earth. It's vote time. Let's see if Jade actually goes out or if there's an upset. Jade. Dirk. Jake. Uh-oh, we're splitting between Dirk and Jake. This isn't good. Dirk. Jade. Jade gets voted out. Dang, man. I mean, even if they didn't split, they wouldn't have been able to... Actually, would they have? Hold on. How many votes for Jade? 4 for Jade. Okay, no, they wouldn't have been able to stop it. Dave voted for Jake. Jade voted for Dirk. Rose voted for Dirk. She was supposed to vote for Jade, but disagreed. That's fair. I don't know why Jade didn't get included in their, like, Beta Kids Alliance. What's going on with that? Alright. It's looking a little slim with our humans here. I think we have one more vote before the merge. I think. I could be wrong. It might be a little smaller than that, actually. I was going to say, because now we're at exactly the halfway point, but... Yeah, I don't know. Okay, the Dave Alliance is kind of losing loyalty. That's no good. The Rose Alliance is actually gaining a little loyalty, I would say. Not with Dave, but with John and Roxy. The Alpha Alliance is strong, and the Jake Alliance is also pretty strong. So, I don't know. It kind of feels like Jake is kind of winning here, guys. We gotta stop him. Yeah. This is all from before. Oh no, Jake and Dave have mutual extreme hatred. Yikes. Rose and Jake have a mutual strong bond? What? Rose and Dirk have a mutual strong dislike. Makes sense. They're button heads. Roxy and John have downgraded to a strong bond from Unbreakable. Roxy and Dave have a medium mutual strong dislike? Oh no, for Dave's treatment of Dirk. And then Roxy and John have a mutual medium bond, which is a downgrade as well. Meanwhile, in Alternia, the Karkat Alliance is... Actually, Terezi's not that loyal. I don't know. We'll see. The Mina Alliance is strong, and the Terezi Alliance is weak, to be honest. Honestly, Terezi should probably swap her fortunes here and, you know, side mostly with Kanaya and Karkat over Mina and Gamzee. It's just much safer in terms of loyalties, but hey. Karkat and Kanaya have mutual unbreakable bond. Yeah, okay, this is all normal. Terezi and Mina have an unbreakable bond. I don't remember that. That's new. Mina has just a strong bond with Terezi, though. Interesting. I say just. That's second best, but still. Mina and Gamzee have a mutual medium bond. Terezi has a medium bond with Karkat. Karkat and Arania still dislike each other. Terezi and Arania dislike each other. Not looking good for Arania, although she does have the biggest alliance still. And then Kanaya and Jack have mutual medium dislike. Jade arrives on Dream Bubble. I mean, if Jade comes back, I'll also be happy with that. Is anybody going to swap? Nobody? Nobody's swapping. Well, I tried. Jade gets first. Jane gets second. Calliope is out. And Jade decides to give a clue to Rose for the hidden immunity idol. Oh boy, if Rose gets it, that's gonna shake everything up. What is the Jake Alliance going to do if they can't vote out Rose next? Because they're gonna have to vote again, apparently. Alternia won. Rose finds the hidden immunity idol. Oh boy, it's happening. Okay. Dave and Dirk bond strongly. Uh-oh, that's not good for Rose. John and Roxy have a small fight. Interesting. Dirk and Rose have a minor disagreement. Okay, well, you already don't like each other. Roxy leaves the Rose Alliance. Uh-oh, that's not good. Uh-oh. Jake is targeting Dave. Dave is targeting Jake. Rose is targeting Dirk. Dirk is targeting Rose. Okay, lots of strong feelings going on, all right? Roxy's targeting John, and John is targeting Roxy. Oh, dear. What a complete reversal of fates there. So the Dave Alliance is targeting Roxy, apparently. I don't know if Rose will go along with that. The Rose Alliance, I guess it's the Beta's Alliance now. It's all the Beta kids. Are targeting Roxy. So I guess she really means it. The Alpha Alliance is targeting Dave. And so is the Jake Alliance. Is John going to vote Dave? No way, right? I think it might be tough for Roxy here. Which I'm not a fan of. Roxy's like my favorite one. Arania and Mina have a small fight. Uh-oh, that's not good. Arania and Gamzee bond strongly. Karkat has a major meltdown. Well, that's the most real thing that has ever been stated. Rose has the Earth... Oh, she could give it to Dave, actually, now that I think about it, but she doesn't. One vote for Rose? Uh-oh, that wasn't even, like, expected. Dave. Roxy. 3 votes left. We could have a tie here, folks. Roxy. Dave. But Roxy gets voted out. Damn. Who voted for Rose? I gotta know. Dirk. Oh. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. He was supposed to vote for Dave, but disagreed. Yeah, that's fair. John voted for Roxy. Damn. Alright. Well, there's barely any humans left. This is how it felt reading, like, later Homestuck. Before the Alpha Kids came back, I guess. But even a little bit, like, halfway through the Alpha session. Roxy arrives on Dream Bubble. That makes sense. Is anybody going to swap? Roxy doesn't have a partner left in the game. Oh, well, I guess nobody's going to swap with her then, yeah. Numbers game. Okay. 3 players raced. The first castaway in order from 1 to 100 wins. Second player to finish the puzzle is safe. So still top 2. I thought this might be the one where one of them comes back. But no, it's still top 2. Roxy is still in the game. And so is Jane. Jade is eliminated. And Roxy gives a clue to the hidden immunity idol to Dirk. Too bad he can't find it, because Rose already has it. Okay. As part of a twist, new tribes are randomly assigned. Oh yeah, this is what this is. It's not the merge. They just get shuffled. This is going to be very interesting, though, because the alliances were so cast in stone. Okay, so the new Earth team is Kanaya, Rose, Karkat, Dirk, Arania, and Jack. So this is interesting because Kanaya and Rose have an unbreakable bond. And Kanaya and Karkat already have an alliance. So the fact that Rose is here means she's probably just going to get absorbed into that alliance right away. Which will also have Dave in it if Dave makes it to the actual merge. Which probably will be the power alliance for the rest of the game. Arania is completely separated from any of her allies, which is bad for her, obviously. And so is Dirk, which is really bad for him, because Rose really wants to get him out. And Jack is also here. I mean, last time with the Deltarune one, spoilers, but someone who was completely neutral, like Jack, who really didn't get into any alliances, won. So we could be seeing a repeat here. We'll see. Meanwhile, on the Alternian side, Terezi and Dave have a good bond. So Dave might find his way into the Terezi alliance here. Which John might get, taken into as well. Who knows? John and Jake maybe might team up. I don't think anybody else really has that strong of a bond. I think Dave hates Gamzee. So that would be very interesting if he ends up in the Terezi relationship with him. The Terezi alliance, I should say. And then Mina is also here. Rose still has the Earth Hidden Immunity Idol. And her alliance, it's all just her alone now. Whereas the other Alternia alliance is Kanaya and Karkat. Earth Alliance 2, just Rose. Sorry, I should call them by their actual names. The Dave Alliance is just Rose right here on this one. The Karkat Alliance is Karkat and Kanaya. The Betas Alliance is just Rose. The Mina Alliance is just Arania right now. And the Alphas Alliance is just Dirk. So is the Jake Alliance, just Dirk. Karkat and Kanaya have an unbreakable bond. Rose and Kanaya have an unbreakable bond. Rose and Dirk have mutual extreme hatred. Great. Rose and Jack have mutual extreme hatred. Kanaya and Jack have a strong dislike for one another. Karkat and Arania have a mutual medium dislike. Karkat and Jack have a mutual medium dislike. Aww. That's sad. I gave Karkat a slight bond with Jack. But oh well. Jack and Dirk have a mutual medium dislike. Jack Noir feels medium dislike to Arania. And Kanaya and Arania feel mutual medium dislike. I'm seeing a lot of I don't like Arania going on. Alternia. Terezi has the hidden immunity idol. Okay, that's 2 seers with hidden immunity idols, so I can call that out. The Dave Alliance is just Dave on this side. The Karkat Alliance is just Terezi on this side. The Betas Alliance is Dave and John. The Mina Alliance is just Mina. The Alphas Alliance is just Jake, because I forgot Roxy got voted out. And the Terezi Alliance is still all here. And then we've got the Jake Alliance with John. Let's see if there's anything new. Jake and Dave have mutual extreme hatred. Oh, great. Terezi and Mina have mutual unbreakable bond. Gamzee and Dave have mutual extreme hatred. Wow. Terezi and Dave have a mutual strong bond. John and Jake have a mutual strong bond. Mina and Gamzee have a mutual medium bond. Terezi and John have a mutual medium bond. And Mina and Dave have a mutual slight dislike. Okay. The challenge is won by the new Alternian team. So, not looking good for Dirk or Arania, depending on who we pick here. Dirk and Jack bond strongly. Okay. I mean, I guess Dirk needs allies. And Kanai has a major meltdown. Terezi leaves the Karkat Alliance. No, Terezi, what are you doing? And Arania works hard at camp and becomes tired. Dang, trying to impress people, I guess. Rose is targeting Jack. Jack is targeting Rose. Karkat's targeting Arania. Alliance... So the Karkat Alliance is targeting Jack. They're very loyal, by the way, which is, you know, nice considering Terezi just left them. So it's Rose, Arania, or Jack. No Dirk even mentioned once. I bet he'll still get a vote, though. If I had to guess. Jake and Terezi have a minor disagreement. Gamzee and Mina find something in common. Oh, good for them. All right, time to vote. Nobody uses their idol. Rose is being very conservative with it. This should be interesting. Jack. Arania. Jack. Next vote might call it. Jack. The 7th person voted out is Jack Noir. Makes sense. Dirk voted for Arania, Jack voted for Arania, and that's it. Everyone else voted for Jack Noir. So Rose was able to, you know, hold her extreme contempt for Dirk at bay for a moment. Alright, all the alliances are still existing. Nothing's changing here. I don't see any big changes in relationship. Did Kanai and Arania have a mutual medium dislike before? I don't remember that. Oh, actually, you know what? The humans and the trolls are bonding. Dirk and Arania have a mutual slight dislike. Okay, maybe not bonding per se, but Rose and Arania have a mutual slight bond. Interesting. Rose and Karkat have a mutual slight bond. And Karkat and Dirk have a mutual slight bond. Karkat's just like, surprisingly, becoming friends with everybody. No alliance changes. Nobody's leaving them anyway. Jake and Dave have mutual extreme hatred now. Uh-oh. Terezi and Mina have an unbreakable relationship. Ooh, Mina and Gamzee is upgraded to unbreakable as well. Somehow Gamzee is still here. Kind of forgot about him. Gamzee and Dave have mutual extreme hatred. Terezi and Dave have a strong bond. John and Jake have a strong bond. Terezi and John have a medium bond. Mina and Dave have a mutual slight dislike. And Terezi and Jake have a mutual slight dislike. Alright, Dream Bubble. Jack's here. Let's see who wins. Gamzee can swap. Roxy has no one to swap with. And neither does Jack. Okay. Jack gets first. Roxy second. Jane, after a pretty decent run, to be honest, is eliminated. Jack can give the hidden immunity clue to somebody and decides to throw it in the fire. That's the most Jack thing I've ever read, so okay. Earth wins immunity. They win fried chicken and a southern picnic. Alright. I mean, they kind of needed it, to be fair. But I was very interested in seeing if Dirk or Arania would get voted out. They've been on the fringes for a very long time now. Dirk has a meltdown. Dirk and Karkat find something in common. They both often have meltdowns, so it makes sense. Arania and Karkat bond slightly. John and Mina find something in common. Okay. Gamzee and John find something in common. Okay, John's on a friend-making quest at the moment, apparently. Dave and Terezi have a minor disagreement. Uh-oh. Dave's targeting Jake. Jake's targeting Terezi. John's targeting Gamzee. The Dave Alliance is targeting Gamzee. Meanwhile, the Terezi Alliance is targeting Jake. I have a feeling Jake is going to go out, but we'll see. The Jake Alliance is targeting Gamzee, so let's see. Terezi has the idol, doesn't use it. First vote. Jake. 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 Gamzee. 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 There is a tie and a revote. Those in the tie will not revote unless one received votes. No vote. Unless no one received votes on the original vote. Whoa. Okay, we've got our first tie in this series. Gamzee and Jake. Let's see. Revote. Jake. Gamzee. Jake. Jake is voted out. Okay. Goodbye, Jake. Oh, now we get to see their thoughts on the second vote, too. Okay. Dave originally voted for Gamzee and then voted for Jake instead to avoid a deadlock. Okay, he doesn't like Jake anyway, so I guess that makes sense. Gamzee voted for Jake. Jake voted for Gamzee. John voted for Gamzee originally, and he voted for Gamzee again. Good for you, John, I guess. Stick to your principles. Mina voted for Jake, and she voted for Jake again. Okay. Terezi voted for Jake, and then she voted for Jake again. So it was Dave. Dave was the one that, you know, stopped another tie from happening. That's interesting. All right, well, we're even again. Let's see what happens next. Jake has arrived on Dream Bubble. Arania can swap with Jake, but does not, for obvious reasons. They will compete, and the winner will return to the game. All right, here we go. Jack is eliminated first. Jack is not returning. Jake is eliminated second, which means Roxy is returning to the game. Oh boy. This is actually very interesting because Roxy's still got allies. Last time we had somebody return to the game, they got voted out almost immediately after because they were a complete outsider. But, you know, Roxy could actually go in. And we have the Paradox Space Merge team now. So everybody's in here together. Also, these Roxy colors are very fitting for being on Earth and then Redemption Island or Dream Bubble, whatever you want to say. Okay, now it gets interesting. Extra interesting, I guess. It was already interesting, but hey. Rose has one in Idol. Terezi has the other. The Dave Alliance, still holding strong. Well, holding mild. The Carcat Alliance is holding strong, though. The Betas Alliance, it's okay. Rose has lost a little trust, but, you know, it's still hanging in there. The Mina Alliance is on a downswing at the moment. The Betas Alliance is fairly well formed. The Terezi Alliance is actually doing better than it ever has, so good for them. And the Jake Alliance, minus Jake, so now it's just Dirk and John, are kind of a little just okay. I feel like Dirk might be the next one to have major issues going on. I mean, I've predicted that like 3 or 4 times, but it's just like all of his allies are in alliances with people he hates. Like eventually that has to come back to bite him, right? Anyway, I'm going to read all of these so we know exactly where we are. Dirk and Dave have an unbreakable bond. Gamzee and Dave have extreme hatred. Terezi and Mina have an unbreakable bond. Carcat and Kanaya have an unbreakable bond. John and Dave have an unbreakable bond. Rose and Dirk have mutual extreme hatred. Mina and Gamzee have an unbreakable bond. Rose and Kanaya have an unbreakable bond. Rose and Gamzee have mutual extreme hatred. Rose has extreme hatred for a lot of people, I'm realizing. Roxy and Arania have mutual extreme hatred as well. Oh yeah, now only one person wins immunity every challenge. I always forget about that. Okay, Terezi won. And she had the immunity idol anyway, so it's not like she was getting eliminated. Alright, let's see what's going on. Gamzee and Carcat find something in common. Okay. Arania has another major meltdown. Yikes. That's not good for her. She's already in a bad spot. Dave is targeting Gamzee because he hates Gamzee. Rose is targeting Dirk because she despises Dirk. Arania is targeting Roxy. She despises Roxy. Gamzee is targeting Rose. Gamzee hates Rose, apparently. I know Rose hated Gamzee, but I guess it's mutual. Kanaya is targeting Mina, because Kanaya doesn't like Mina. Roxy's targeting Arania, because she hates Arania. Mina's targeting Dave. Doesn't like Dave. Doesn't hate him, just doesn't like him. The Dave Alliance targeting Gamzee. The Karkat Alliance targeting Mina. The Betas Alliance targeting Gamzee. The Mina Alliance targeting Roxy. Okay. And the Alphas Alliance targeting Arania. Oh, I forgot. The Terezi Alliance are targeting Rose for some reason. I'm sure that'll work. And the Dirk and John Alliance are targeting Arania. So, not looking great for Arania, I will say. Terezi has a hidden immunity idol, so does Rose. Terezi also has the immunity necklace, so Terezi's double safe, as we mentioned. Roxy uses the hidden immunity idol on John. Or, sorry, not Roxy, Rose. It's my bad. I've been saying Roxy a lot. Why? I mean, I guess she must know something. This is kind of crazy. Gamzee. Arania. Gamzee. Mina. Mina. Arania. Mina. Arania's voted out. 5 votes for Arania, 4 for Mina, 2 for Gamzee. Why did you use your mini idol, Rose? What kind of seer play was that? Whatever. It's a show of... You know what? You know what it probably was? It's a show of faith. This is a Rose machination, okay? She's saying, John is not working with us all the time. He's getting, persuaded by Dirk, my enemy. If I show him that, I'm willing to use the hidden immunity idol to save him, maybe he'll join our team. Like, he'll come back to our team. Honestly, very smart, to be honest. Okay. Arania voted for Mina, was supposed to vote for Gamzee, but disagreed. Why? Uh-oh. I accidentally clicked my... I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway. Why would she switch from Gamzee to Mina? I guess she has a slightly less good relationship with Mina, but it's not that bad, I don't think. Dave voted for Gamzee. Dirk voted for Arania. Gamzee voted for Arania. John for Mina. Kanaya for Mina. Karkat for Mina. Mina for Arania. Oh, the betrayal finally happened. We've been waiting this whole time for the betrayal to happen, and it finally happened. I skipped. Okay. Rose voted for Gamzee. Roxy voted for Arania. Terezi voted for Arania. All right. Is this a perfect half and half humans and trolls? That's kind of crazy. Paradox Space hidden immunity idol is still hidden. Dave and Rose. Their alliance is waning. Uh-oh. Kanaya and Karkat's is still strong. Honestly, I'm rooting for Kanaya or Karkat at this point. I feel like one of them deserves it. The Betas Alliance. I mean, John is very loyal now. I think he already was, but Rose is kind of on the fence. Mina's all alone, and she's already got barely any loyalty. I mean, she voted out her own alliance partner, and her alliance partner voted for her, so yeah, no kidding, they have low loyalty. The Alphas Alliance is still holding on. The Terezi Alliance is exactly where it was, funny enough. Apparently Mina's picked Terezi and Gamzee over Arania. Interestingly, after that play, John's loyalty has gone down a lot with Dirk. Let's see if their actual relationship is downgraded. Everything else is looking pretty normal. It's funny how Dirk and Dave have this unbreakable relationship and they've never been in an alliance together. They're just like, you do you, bro, and I'll do me, and you know what? We'll figure it out at the end. Terezi and Mina. Okay, there's no John and Dirk highlight, so I don't know. Dave wins immunity in the disgusting eating challenge. Good for him. Events. Kanaya and Mina have a small fight with a lasting impact. Meanwhile, Gamzee and Terezi bond slightly. Rose is targeting Dirk for like the 17,000th time. Makes sense. Dave's targeting Roxy. He hates Roxy. What did Roxy do in this game? Everybody hates her. Dirk's targeting Rose. Yep, makes sense. Kanaya's targeting Mina. Sure. Terezi's targeting Kanaya. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, they're all targeting different people, but I feel like it's Dirk or Kanaya. I don't like that. The Dave Alliance is targeting Gamzee. The Karkat Alliance is targeting Mina. The Betas Alliance are targeting Roxy. And the Alphas Alliance are targeting Terezi. Oh, I forgot. There's another one. The Terezi Alliance is targeting Roxy. Oh, there's another one again. I forgot about this one too. John's loyalty has gone up one more point. Dirk got in his head again instantly. Come on, John. They're voting out Mina, or they want to. All right, Terezi has an immunity idol. Dave is immune. No one uses their idol. Okay. Mina is voted. Roxy is voted. Terezi is voted. Wow, okay. All three of them, actually. Terezi, Mina, Roxy. Three-way tie, huh? Roxy. Roxy gets voted out. Poor Roxy. She came back for a little bit. Dirk voted Terezi, interestingly. I thought he'd vote Rose, just, out of spite. And the Karkat Alliance voted for Mina. And Roxy voted for Terezi. Well, that's how it goes. All these alliances are still staying together. The Betas Alliance is actually getting closer. The Karkat Alliance is still strong. Weirdly enough, the Dave Alliance is kind of weak, despite the fact they're both in the Betas Alliance, and they both are fairly loyal to that. So maybe they both just like John. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's kind of how it feels like in the actual story, right? Like, obviously, Rose and Dave are related, and they spend a lot more time together on, like, the ship or whatever. So they have a strong bond, but John is still kind of the center of their relationship, funny enough. It's just kind of how it works out when John was kind of the center of their entire friend group originally. I can't believe Mina hasn't just abandoned Arania. I guess she's just waiting for the game to do it for her, essentially, when Arania gets voted out. And now Roxy's on a dream bubble, so Dirk's all in his lonesome, except the John Alliance, of course. The Bros Alliance, I don't know. Terezi Alliance still strong. Yep. Mutual extreme hatred, mutual unbreakable bonds. We know it. People have gotten very polarized. I understand. It's been long enough. Wow. Okay. Balancing point. They have to balance things on a sword and a shield, and John wins. Good job, John. Oh, God. No. Oh, Dirk finds the hidden immunity idol. Uh-oh. That's going to save him this time, and somebody's going to get voted out with like 2 votes. That's not good. All right. Dave and Terezi bond strongly. Dave and Rose bond strongly. Oh, that's good. They're coming back around, all right? Rose is targeting Dirk. I see pink, and I'm immediately like, Roxy, even though that's purple, and it's Rose. Gamzee's targeting Dave. Uh-oh. Dirk is targeting Rose. Dave's targeting Gamzee. Kanaya's targeting Mina. John is targeting Terezi. Sean Egbert likes Terezi Pyro, but is least aligned with her. John's got too many friends. I mean, if John makes it to the end, there's no doubt he's going to win. He's just got too many friends, So the Dave Alliance are voting Gamzee. The Karkat Alliance are voting Terezi. Okay. The Betas Alliance are voting Gamzee. The Terezi Alliance is voting Dave. Betrayal. And the Dirk and John are apparently voting Terezi. We'll see if that actually happens. Oh yeah, Terezi has a hidden immunity idol too. They could both play them. And there'd be like no votes whatsoever counted. Actually, Gamzee'd probably go out, but still. It's time to vote. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and they want to play it, they should do so now. Dirk uses the hidden immunity idol on Karkat. Not himself? Why? I can't even... I justified Rose's use on John, but why would Dirk use his on Karkat? They're not even friends. I don't know. Dave. I would understand if he used it on Dave. That would actually be kind of crazy, and it would work. But I have no idea why he'd use it on Karkat and not himself. Gamzee. Terezi. Gamzee. Terezi. Gamzee. Dave. Okay, three-way tie. That's... Actually, no. It's Gamzee still got one extra vote. Terezi. Now tied with Terezi. The 11th person voted out. Gamzee. Oh, okay. It's just another wasted immunity idol. No real issues there. Did anybody go against their alliances? No. Oh no, Terezi did. Terezi was supposed to vote for Dave but disagreed. Yes, no betrayal. We really need... Okay, I said this exact thing with the Deltarune one. We really need, like, an alliance to come together here. You know? Like, the Beta Kids alliance plus Terezi, for example, would be very strong right now. Or the Karkat Kanai alliance to bring Terezi back in would also be very strong right now. Dave and Rose, their alliance is leveled up again. They were not doing too great for a while. They're doing much better now. But their Beta's alliance is even better. Which is funny. The Karkat alliance still doing good. Somehow Mina became slightly more loyal to her alliance with Arania when Arania left. Okay. Dirk is very loyal to Roxy despite the fact she's not here. Mina and Terezi are pretty loyal as well. Dirk and John, the loyalty's grown back up. Rose's gesture actually did work, but they never broke the alliance. So it's just kind of worn off at this point. Kind of crazy. Yeah, everybody's got unbreakable relationships or extreme hatred. I don't know. Oh, John feels a strong bond towards Karkat. That's new, I think. I think everybody else is the same. Gamzee arrives on Dream Bubble. Alright, it's time for another redemption. Nobody has a partner in the game, so they can't switch even if they wanted to. Alright. Arania stays. Gamzee stays. Roxy. No, Roxy. Okay, fine. Arania can give a clue to the hidden Mina idol to anyone in the game. She throws the clue into the fire. Damn, not even Mina? I mean, I guess it makes sense. She literally betrayed you, but hey. Kanaya wins immunity in this diving challenge? No. It's another... You're holding on to a rope challenge. There's like 17 of these in this season, apparently. She also wins hamburgers, hot dogs, french fries, and soda. Wow. Do you think that soda came from Gamzee? Do you think it's, you know, soda? Wink. Dave and John bond strongly. Or slightly. No. They've already got a strong bond, so. Kanai and Rose find something in common. Now? You didn't already know? Okay. Arania and Mina dissolves. Oh, I was like, why are these both the same color? That's why, because it broke apart. Makes sense. It took long enough. Dave works hard at camp and becomes tired. Mina's targeting Dave. Doesn't like him. Dirk and Rose are targeting each other because they hate each other, of course. Kanaya's targeting John. She considers John a threat. Actually makes sense. Like I said, if John makes it to the finale, he's just gonna win, right? So, smart. And Dave is targeting Mina because he doesn't like her. Dave Alliance targeting Mina. Karkat Alliance targeting Dave. What? Which one of you is targeting Dave? Don't you both like Dave? The Betas Alliance are targeting Mina. The Terezi Alliance, which is down to just herself and Mina, are targeting Dave, which didn't work out so well last time, but hey, we're trying it again. And the Dirk and John Alliance are targeting Terezi. So it's Terezi, Dave, or Mina. But realistically, it's Dave or Mina. Should maybe save that hidden immunity idol. Somebody. I mean, Terezi has one. She could give it to Dave. Nope, she used it on Mina instead. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's not good for Dave. First vote, Mina, doesn't count. Second vote, Mina, doesn't count. Third vote, Mina, doesn't count. Fourth vote, Dirk. Rose, did you do it? Did you save the day? Dave. Terezi. Dave. No, we were so close. Oh, it would have been a tie if not for that immunity idol between Mina and Dave. And if we just had one more person, if Rose had just convinced somebody else to vote for Dirk, we would have had a revote. Bye, Dave. Dave voted for Mina. Dirk voted for Terezi. John voted for Mina. Kanaya voted for Dave. They actually did? Karkat voted for Dave. No. Mina voted for Dave. Yeah, okay. Rose voted for Mina. Terezi voted for Dirk. She was supposed to vote for Dave, but disagreed. Wait, Rose didn't even vote for Dirk. That was Terezi. Terezi, you caused Dave to go out of the vote. You might as well just vote for him at that point. It's the principle. Okay, whatever. Dirk finds another hidden immunity idol. I can't believe this guy. Oh, all right. The poor Dave alliance is just Rose now. Karkat alliance still going strong. The Betas alliance are still very loyal, despite the fact Dave is gone now. And the Terezi alliance are quite loyal now as well. Somehow John is still loyal to Dirk. Yeah, that all makes sense. John and Dirk have a mutual strong bond. John, you gotta take a stand, my man. Come on. Mina and Kanai have mutual medium dislike. Was that always there? I actually think it might have been. Karkat and Dirk have a medium bond. Uh-oh. That's not good for our beta kids. Terezi and John have a medium bond. Terezi and Karkat have a medium bond. Dave arrives on Dream Bubble. I mean, he can still come back. Honestly, if he comes back, that'll make the biggest difference. Because if Gamzee or Arania come back, it doesn't really matter. Terezi could swap with Dave, chooses not to. Alright. They must advance in competition to remain in the game. Arania finishes first, Dave second. So say goodbye to Gamzee. Bye-bye, Gamzee. Bye-bye now. Okay, I'm fine with that outcome. Arania, after everything, still decides to give a clue to the hidden immunity idol to Mina, even though Dirk already has it. But still, these two, they need a relationship counselor for sure. Oh, look, the castaways are holding onto ropes again. Kanaya wins. Rose and Terezi have a minor disagreement. Probably about Dave. Sucks to suck. And Mina rests to restore her energy. Very tactical. Dirk's targeting Rose. That's not good. Rose is in a kind of an exposed position right now. Kanaya's targeting Terezi. Oh. Rose is targeting Dirk. Alright, well, this is weird. I feel like Rose might end up voting for Terezi anyway. She already, has a problem here. So the Karkat Alliance are voting Terezi. Despite the fact that Karkat and Terezi have a medium bond, so he might actually kind of flake on that. We'll see. The Betas Alliance are voting Terezi. The Terezi Alliance are voting Rose. And surprisingly, the Dirk Alliance is also voting Terezi. So not looking great for Terezi, to be honest. Unless Dirk decides to randomly save her for some reason, too. No one uses them. Okay, Terezi. Rose. Hey, it's the vote of the Seers. I didn't even realize. Rose. Terezi. Terezi is voted out. Now, Terezi and Dave are going to have to fight to stay in the game against each other. Sucks. Alright, everybody just voted with their alliances. Again, we've got perfect evenness here somehow. With John, Kanaya, Rose, Karkat, Dirk, and Mina. I mean, I don't know. Who do I think the finale is going to be at this point? I feel like John is a shoo-in. And he's probably just going to win. But John is a shoo-in because nobody dislikes John. Everybody kind of likes John or does like John. So, unless Rose decides to play tactically and get him out for some reason, which would be insane of her to do, considering he's her only, like, partner, like, teammate. He's definitely going to make it to the end. And then, honestly, if John's going to make it to the end, Dirk is probably also going to make it to the end at this point. So the question is, do Kanaya and Karkat also make it? I feel like in the order people would get voted out, it would probably be Mina, then Rose, then either Dirk or Karkat? Maybe Kanaya? I don't know. It's a weird time, all right? The Dave Alliance, minus Dave, still around. Karkat Alliance, still very strong. The Betas Alliance is very strong. The Terezi Alliance, minus Terezi, is still quite strong. The Dirk and John Alliance is still hanging in there, too, pretty well. Interesting. Karkat and Dirk have an unbreakable bond now. So do John and Dirk. Dirk has a strong bond with Karkat. That's funny. He's always, like, late to the party with these unbreakable bond things. Can't even make sense for his character. Karkat and John have a mutual strong bond. Mina and Kanaya have mutual medium dislike. Terezi arrives on Dream Bubble. It's between Arania, Dave, and Terezi. I don't really want any of these three to go out. I think they're all fun challengers in this game and also some of my favorites. So, all right, House of Cards. Dave finishes first. Dave might come back. That'd shake things up for sure. Terezi finishes second. Arania is gone. I mean, same time in the story where she was gone in Homestuck, so it makes sense. Dave can give a clue to the hidden immunity idol to anyone. He gives it to John. Nice. No! Sorry. Dirk won immunity. Shoot. That's not good. So, he also took John and Karkat with him to shore up his friendships here. On his little picnic for winning. Karkat and Rose have a major fight. Uh-oh. Kanaya and Rose have a small fight. Oh, dear. And Dirk has a major meltdown. Yeah, alright. Mina's targeting Kanaya. Dirk's targeting Rose. Kanaya's targeting Mina. The Karkat Alliance are targeting Mina. The Betas are targeting Mina. And then the Dirk is targeting Kanaya. We'll see which side John decides to side with, but I have a feeling I know which one. Uh-oh. It's lagging. Please don't quit out now. That would be so unsatisfying. Please? I'm scared. Why is it taking so long to load? Okay, that did actually take a surprisingly long time. I don't know why, but it did load, thankfully. Phew. Dirk has double immunity again. Doesn't use it on anybody. 1 vote for Mina. 1 vote for Kanaya. Mina. Kanaya. Mina. Mina gets voted out. I mean, that was the most expected outcome ever. Dirk voted for Kanaya. Everybody else, other than Mina herself, voted for Mina. If Dirk didn't have immunity, I would say he's next on the chopping block. But unfortunately, he's not. Rose and Dave still exists, even though Dave isn't here. Karkat Alliance. This is the most loyal Kanaya's ever been, as of right now. That's interesting. The Betas Alliance are very loyal. The Dirk and John Alliance are still hanging in there pretty well. I mean, 8 loyalty is 1 away from max from Dirk, and John's at 7, so it's still pretty good, you know. I just instinctively feel like it's the weakest because John's in a different alliance and Dirk isn't, you know? John's got other people he can turn to. Dirk does not. Although Dirk and Karkat are actually have an unbreakable relationship too. So he could join in on the Karkat Alliance at any time. Oh, look at that. Kanaya and John have a mutual slight bond all of a sudden. Good for them. Rose and Kanaya have downgraded to a mutual medium bond. Oh, and Rose and Karkat have mutual medium dislike. Whoa, a lot has happened suddenly. That's it, though. Okay. I need to take a drink. Alright, I'm ready. Nobody can swap. Jailbreak. First two to open, stay alive. They're gonna kill the third one? I know what it means, but this is kind of funny. How every time they've said before this, like, the last one to, you know, finish is eliminated. This time they're like, the two that don't stay alive. Like, oh, God. Mina finishes first, Dave second, so Terezi is eliminated. Sad. Mina could give a hidden immunity clue, but she throws it in the fire, because of course she does. Rose won immunity! In a puzzle challenge, that makes sense. She shares her reward with John. See, this is the thing where having friends is basically the biggest skill you can have. John got not only the ice cream from Dirk's win, but now a picnic lunch because Rose won. John and Karkat have a minor disagreement with a lasting impact. Sounds about right. And John just rests at camp to restore his energy. He's so gonna win. Rose is targeting Dirk. John's targeting Kanaya. He considers Kanaya a small threat. Oh, it finally happened. The Karkat Alliance are targeting Dirk. The Betas Alliance are targeting Kanaya. The Dirk Alliance are also targeting Kanaya. And apparently somebody's targeting Karkat. I don't know who. Somebody. Oh, no. Is Dirk gonna play his hidden immunity idol? He doesn't! He might get out. He might get voted out with the hidden immunity idol in his pocket. But at the same time, it might be because he's so confident Kanaya's getting voted out here. Dirk. Kanaya. Dirk. Kanaya. The 15th person voted out is Kanaya. No! No! We are so close to getting rid of Dirk. I don't even, like, dislike Dirk as a character. He's just played such a shitty game. I hate him. Alright. John voted for Kanaya. Wow. Rose. Why? I mean, I know you guys had a fight, but you hate Dirk with your entire being. That's like your main character trait. Why would you do this? It's fine. It's not fine, actually, but it's fine. Our final four right now is John, Rose, Karkat, and Dirk. Very unexpected. I think Karkat's still in a decent position, though, because he's friends with Dirk and John. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing I was going to say. Karkat has an unbreakable bond with Dirk, and he was willing to stomach voting him out. What's wrong with you, Rose? What's wrong? And, to be honest, John, too, but hey. Can I rise on Dream Bubble? I think this is the last chance somebody's going to get added back to the game. Rose could swap with Kanaya, but does not. Mina doesn't have a partner. All right, let's see. The last person left wins and returns to the game. First person out. Mina. Oh, so no matter what, this is going to shake up the game. Either Dave's going to come back for the Betas Alliance, or Kanaya's going to come back for the Karkat Alliance. Dave. Kanaya returns to the game. Whoa. Okay. You get a second chance here, Rose. Look at how many little pieces Kanaya has. She has 4 of them. That's crazy. Okay. Secret advantages. Dirk has the hidden immunity idol, and this is the last round he can use it. The Karkat Alliance. Briefly shattered, back together, nearly instantly. The Betas Alliance. Extremely strong. Rose is so confident in John. Honestly, it brings a little bit of a tear to my eye. Dirk and John, very strong too. Karkat and Dirk still have an unbreakable bond. Despite the fact Karkat technically betrayed him, but whatever. Beggars can't be choosers in his case. Somehow Rose and Dirk have mutual extreme hatred still, even though she didn't vote him out. That's like plot armor. Like, people, if this was an actual TV show, people would be calling plot armor on Dirk. Like, I'd completely understand if he used his hidden immunity idol, and then Kanaya got voted out for that reason, but you know. What can you do, I guess? Karkat and John have a medium bond. Rose and Kanaya have a medium bond. Rose and Karkat have mutual medium dislike. Uh-oh. Kanaya has a slight bond with John. John has a slight bond with Kanaya. Castaways pull on another rope, and Rose wins. Okay, this is interesting. John and Karkat bond strongly. Ooh. Rose is targeting Dirk, as always. John is targeting Kanaya again. Now he's got a slightly negative opinion about her for some reason, despite just bonding with Karkat, who, like, has been with her this entire game. Kanaya and Karkat targeting Dirk. John and Rose targeting Kanaya. Why? What is wrong with you guys? Okay, whatever. Dirk and John also targeting Kanaya. I guess it's John that's just like, we gotta get Kanaya out of the game. I don't know why. I guess because he just can't stomach voting for Dirk. Alright. Dirk has the hidden immunity idol. This is the last chance to use it, so obviously he will. And he does. Dirk doesn't count. Dirk doesn't count. Dirk doesn't count. Damn, he would have been out of there. Kanaya, and Kanaya's voted out. She made it back, man. Just immediately voted out again. Reality is often disappointing. Rose voted for Dirk. She was supposed to vote for Kanaya, but disagreed. Why do you have this now? Why didn't you have this last time? Alright, it's fine. Just a major misplay from Rose. I don't know what's wrong with her. No more hidden immunity idols. The Betas Alliance still hanging on. The Dirk Alliance still hanging on. Karkat's on his own now. All the relationships still in place. Final challenge, I do believe. Yeah. Karkat wins. So Karkat's not getting voted out, which is good because, you know, he's the only one without an alliance. So finally, finally, John is going to have to make a decision. He's going to have to choose. Am I going to side with Rose or am I going to side with Dirk? Like, he literally has to vote for one of them. It's finally time. He's been pushed to the brink. He's been putting this off all game. Karkat and Rose have a major fight. Doesn't matter. He's already in the finale. Dirk and John have a major fight. Well, well, well. When push comes to shove. Alright. John and Dirk break their alliance. Finally. After all this time. Okay. Karkat's targeting Rose. Karkat despises Rose. I guess for betraying Kanaya the first time. Makes sense. John is targeting Dirk. Finally. Has a slightly negative opinion of Dirk. Rose is like, oh, thank God. It's been so long. Finally. They have loyalty 9. Which, by the way, John is absolutely making it to the finale. So he's just going to win. There's no way. Everybody likes him. There's no way people are going to vote for Rose. Maybe they'll vote for Karkat. Karkat has immunity. Dirk. Rose. Rose. Was that Karkat? Wait, is this going to be a tie? Dirk. The final count was 2 Dirk, 2 Rose. It's a tie and revote. Oh god, they're really rubbing it in. You gotta choose, John. Are you gonna change sides now? Because the only votes that matter now are John and Karkat's. So Karkat's not gonna change. Oh man. Ooh, I forgot. Oh wait. There's a tie and revote. Those in the tie don't revote unless no one received votes in the original vote. First vote Rose, second vote Dirk. It's a tie again. John did not betray. Thank you, John. Okay. So now they have to do a challenge. In a fire-making challenge, the loser will be eliminated. Come on. I mean, Dirk's literally survived an apocalypse, but come on. Dirk loses. Oh my god, the villain falls. I mean, in comparison to the Survivor game, obviously all the real villains have fallen at this point. Dirk voted for Rose, voted on personal preference. I mean, it makes sense. He didn't re-vote. John voted for Dirk, and he voted for Dirk again, finally. Karkat voted for Rose, and Rose again. Rose voted for Dirk, and couldn't vote again. So we have our final three. John, Karkat, and Rose. The people choosing the winner will be Arania, Dave, Dirk, Gamzee, Kanaya, Mina, Roxy, and Terezi. So I'm going to guess where each vote will go, all right? Damn, starting with Arania is hard because Arania doesn't like any of these people. I have a feeling Arania will vote for Rose. I think her and John had slight dislike at some point, and I think her and Karkat may have as well. Also, like, thematically, if this wasn't like a program and it was real life, I feel like she'd respect Rose for being like a mastermind type player, as opposed to John and Karkat, who are charisma-based players, basically. Dave is going to vote for... Well, actually, that's tough, too. Is Dave going to vote for Rose or John? Or Karkat, actually. He's got a decent bond with all three of these people. He's not going to vote for Karkat. I mean, he was in an alliance with Rose for so long. I feel like he might vote for Rose. Dirk is voting for Karkat, 100%. Gamzee's voting for Karkat. Kanaya's voting for Karkat. Mina... That one's tough. Did Mina and Karkat have a falling out, or do they still have a slight bond? I don't know. It's between John or Karkat for her. Roxy is not going to vote for John. So I feel like she's going to vote for Rose, even though they had like a falling out a little bit during the game. And then Terezi... I think Terezi's going to vote for John. So if my predictions are correct, Karkat, Rose, Karkat, yeah, Karkat. That's 4 Karkats. I think Karkat would win, actually, if my predictions are correct. Which I was not expecting, but we'll see if I'm right. Oh no, I counted Arania for Karkat. Wait a second. Rose, Karkat. I think it's still Karkat. Let's find out. Okay, this is interesting. The first vote goes to Karkat. The second vote goes to John. The third vote goes to Rose. Wow, one each. Good for you guys. Second vote goes to John. Or, well, fourth, but it's his second. Fifth goes to Karkat. Sixth goes to John. Seventh, Karkat. The winner, Karkat Vantis. Wow, okay. I was really expecting John to win, but I guess because at the last second he actually betrayed Dirk, he lost. So for for sticking to his values at the very end, he is punished, and Karkat wins. Okay, Arania voted for Karkat, which I wasn't expecting. Dave also voted for John. I guess it was really a 50-50. He had an unbreakable bond with both. I just felt he spent more time with Rose, so that would make more sense. Dirk voted for Karkat, completely expected. Same for Gamzee voting for Karkat and Kanaya. Mina voting for John. That makes sense, yep. Roxy voted for Rose, called that. Terezi voting for John. I don't know if I called that. I think I called Terezi for Karkat. So, damn. Kanaya wins the fan favorite award. Same as in Homestuck. And Karkat wins. I like how there's not even, like, winner, Karkat Vantis. It's just Karkat Vantis. He's just here. Well, that's it. That's another Survivor game in the bag. My plan is now, seems how you guys decided you like these, is to do 20 of them. And then do a winner's bracket, just like we did for Hunger Games. So, over the next while, we're going to continue to do more of these. With the Hunger Games, I had, like, random themes and put in characters from different series. But because the Survivor ones are so relationship-based, I don't want to do that until maybe the very end, right? Well, obviously the very end, because it's going to be people from all different games. So instead of leaving a theme in the comments like you would have if I was doing Hunger Games Simulator, leave a series in the comments who you think has at least 20 viable characters to do this with. That also I might be familiar with, so not something super niche, probably. I might do a Marvel one. I might do a DC one, because I'm fairly familiar with both of those franchises. And we can have like a heroes and villains thing. Yeah, that works out. I've got a Danganronpa one I've already planned. I can probably do an Ace Attorney one. Honestly, that one might be very fun, where you have like all the lawyers. I guess you could do defense versus prosecution, but I was going to say like a bunch of lawyers and prosecutors versus criminals and murderers. I think that would be fun. I already did Deltarune. I mean, there is the chance I might do Deltarune again with like the new chapters, and we'll just do different characters. Like we'll throw Tana in there, we'll throw Gerson in there, you know. I don't know. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head that I would be like more than capable of doing. So hey, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Let me know who your fan favorite was too. Was your fan favorite Kanaya? I think my favorite throughout the entire game. I do have to respect Dirk because obviously Dirk played a crazy game. He was never going to win, I don't think. But he did play a very respectable game. I think probably my favorite... Honestly, I'm pretty happy Karkat won. Like I did say, like 5 rounds before the finale, I'd be happy if Karkat or Kanaya won. I would say Rose if she didn't like do that infuriating thing at the last second. I did really like the Arania and Mina drama. I thought that was very fun. It's a little bit of a shame Arania didn't get to do a little bit more, because I feel like the setup there was very dramatic in general with Jake after all, right? I think probably my favorite, it probably has to go to Karkat. Karkat, he did the John game, but better. To the point where even I didn't realize he was basically friends with everybody, too. So, he won. I win. Yay. Alright. Bye.